Okay, your first step is going to be to stain the stem of your pumpkin cutouts and the edges. So I just went over the edges with the stain and the stem. I did not worry if it overlapped onto the surfaces of the pumpkins because that's going to be covered in paper. I did that for all three, and here are my papers that I chose to use. So I wanted to trace on the back side of the paper the outline of the pumpkin frame. You'll want to do both sides of the pumpkin because it's not symmetrical. I fussy cut each of the papers, then I'm going to use Modge Podge to attach the paper to each of the pumpkin frames, or segments I should say. So here all three are covered in the paper. I allowed it to dry, and then I'm going to sand off the edge of the paper that overlaps. And I just used a file, and I went around all the edges of the pumpkin and removed that extra paper. Now all three are complete and has a nice clean edge. The final step was to Modge Podge each of those panels, going over the edges to make sure it's sealed on nicely. Modge Podge does darken the color of the papers just slightly, but it still gives a good effect.